Hey guys, this is Tiffany with the Nerdettes, and so I'm a little late watching this episode. It came out last Sunday, and I was not expecting what has happened now. I mean, this whole series has flipped on its head. But yeah, so Star Trek Discovery, I haven't gotten to review it in a while because it just came back again. But this episode is episode, oh gosh, 10, Despite Yourself. So basically, so after a hiatus, we know that where we ended, they were in some sort of like a new universe, which I thought was correct, and we learned this episode that that's right. And it's unlike anything we've ever seen because they just right off the bat they're in this new universe, and a Vulcan ship shows up and attacks them. So as we know, like, the Vulcans are normally, like, peaceful with the Federation, with Starfleet. So it's unusual that that would happen. And then they're hailed by the USS Cooper, who, for all means and purposes that they're aware of, is supposed to be going under some sort of a refit. So of course, all this, the fact that the signatures, the matter that should not be able to be changed is different. Finally, of course, Lorca puts two and two together and realizes this is not their universe. They're in some sort of a mirror world, an alternate universe. And so basically, as we know from before, Stannis is still out of it. He's catatonic, and he's muttering like constantly about a palace. Like, don't go into the palace. Don't go near the palace. Don't go there. And he starts talking about how the enemy is there and all sorts of stuff. And then, of course, Tyler, as we like with all these revelations we've had about him, he's still having these flashbacks. So, for example, he's got to go on this mission right off the bat in this parallel universe to extract this core, to learn more about this universe and like what's going on in it, who they are in this universe, because what they can kind of surmise is that the Discovery in that universe has replaced them, so they've kind of switched universes, that as far as they can tell. So he's going to extract this core, and it's from a damaged Klingon ship in the debris. And as he gets closer, we find out that there's life sign, or not life signs, but like bodies on this Klingon ship. And instead of being Klingons, one's a Vulcan and one's an Andorian. And so they kind of also surmise that the Klingons, the Vulcans, and the Andorians have kind of come together against a mutual enemy, which is the humans, and specifically against Starfleet as well. So kind of scary to find that out. But then, like, even more revelations this episode. Like, this episode, let me just tell you, if you gave up on Star Trek Discovery, you need to get back in it, because wow. Okay. Yeah, this episode and what I'm about to kind of divulge is insane. So Tyler, he's still having these flashbacks, so he decides he's going to go confront Thrall again. And of course, Thrall is still, imprisoned in the brig, and he's like, kind of demanding to know what they did to him. And she's like, you know what we did to you, and what we did with each other, and you liked it, and kind of like that, I don't know, like that girlfriend. I can't even describe this vibe that she has. It's almost like she feels like they have a bond and that their souls are linked in some weird kind of creepy way. It's really kind of odd. So anyways, out of nowhere, she starts asking him the standard Vulcan questions, like, who do we seek, or what do we seek? And he, like, it triggers something inside of him. He starts speaking in Klingon and answering in Klingon, and we kind of find out he has another name that's a Klingon name. We don't know what it is. We don't learn that this episode, but he's got a Klingon name, so it's only a matter of time. And so he comes to and is like really freaked out, and he ends up like he originally pulled down the prison to like let her literally in his face to like talk about this, which is kind of creepy. So before he leaves, he like pushes her back in, seals it back up, and leaves finally. So so we learn that this is the Terran Empire. Terran Empire. And in the Terran culture, they're basically the Terran culture, and beliefs are to be against all other cultures. Um, and then, so they're pulling up the manifest, off of this core of who everybody is in this universe. So Tilly is the captain. I thought it was going to be Michael, which is kind of ironic because she ends up being the captain of the Shinjo, of course. And I don't know what happened to Philippa. It doesn't say, or Philippa, however you want to say it. But apparently somehow she got promoted to the rank of captain of the Shinjo. And Tilly is the captain of the Discovery, and one of her many, many, many nicknames, like she has won many wars, killed many enemies, and one of her nicknames is Captain Killy. So, wow, Captain Killy, like this is this meek, little, timid, kind of high-pitched, speaking, bubbly, girl who doesn't have a filter. And it's like, how she wants to be a captain. That's one of her aspirations. And, she knows, we also know that her mom never thought she'd amount to anything. So, I mean, it reminds me a lot, actually, now that I think about it, it just kind of dawned on me, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and how Fitz, if you've watched it, kind of went to the dark side because of his father in the kind of alternate universe. So it really reminds me of that, actually, now that I think about it. So who she's going to be after all this, like if you've watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm talking about, look at what Fitz is doing now and how his personality is now. How this is going to change her, I'm very curious to see. So, of course, now the USS Discovery is the ISS Discovery. Michael in the manifest is presumed dead, and Captain Lorca is supposedly the one who killed her and attempted a coup against the Emperor, and he's wanted majorly, like there's a bounty on his head. The USS Defiant also, at some point, they find out, has ended up here. So what they need to find out is how the USS Defiant, without the spore system, was able to get back to the their universe. So, and all that stuff. So the plan is to find the Shinjo, with Michael going in as the captain in the rightful garb and attire, and Lorca as her bounty, to say, I tricked everyone so I could catch him, and I've brought him back. So anyways, that's the plan. Stannis is, being still examined. Everybody's worried about him. He kind of comes to and says the enemy is here. And, like, Tyler, like, you see, like, the ganglia come out, for warning. Like, there's a lot of things going on here that are not good where Tyler's concerned. And so he goes to the medical bay to be checked out because he thinks that there's been some sort of mental manipulation, maybe some brainwashing done or something. So what's determined is by the doctor is that this technology that they didn't know existed has been, put into existence and is known by the Klingons, which is to almost overlay a personality on top of your existing one. So, for example, in this case, they seem to have overlaid a Klingon personality and a character on top of on top of Tyler's existing personality. So he, like, going into almost like a shock mode, goes into Klingon mode, kills the doctor, like twists his neck, and yeah, and then Michael is going on board the Shinjo with Lorca, with Ash Tyler, because no one knows, I guess, yet that he's killed the doctor. And yeah, so Michael, I mean, she's kind of having a little bit of a shock because all these people were killed in the Battle of the Binary Stars. So for her to walk onto this ship and see Connor and all these other people that she, stood beside and fought beside on the Shinjo with Captain Philippa, I mean, it's hard for her. But, right off the bat, like, Connor tries to kill her because he's like, in this world, it's all about power. It's all about who's the toughest, who has the most right, I guess, to stand and be the captain in the rank. So he tries to kill Michael. Michael luckily kills him instead, stabs him, and like the whole like the whole crew gives her a standing ovation. Um, so she's also brought Lork on board. Basically, he's being taken to the brig, and she's trying to act like really tough, and like she hates him, and she could care less about people because that's what this world is like. Like, no one cares about anybody except themselves. Pretty much, it's like kill or be killed, survival of the fittest type kind of world. It's almost like a dystopian world, a very almost like post-apocalyptic even, and where everybody's against everybody, even someone who's supposed to be a friend, and obviously people that have been foes have joined together. So it's really bizarre, and so we see her, take Lorca to the brig and try to act all tough, like he's being put in this chamber of extreme torture and like electrocution. So I mean, like, this episode actually ends with us seeing him in this chamber. It's like as tight as this actual curio cabinet behind me. As a matter of fact, it's that tiny, and he's trapped inside of it, and he's being electrocuted and tortured, and is in extreme agony. And who knows what this will do to him too? Because as we see, and look at Tilly, like she's flipped her script, man. She's gotten into this role very easily, almost a little scary, how easily she's kind of assumed this role from this kind of muttering, stuttering, kind of like, ha 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 person to like this like hardcore badass. So, and she seems to like adapt to it really well, which is what's needed. Like, they're relying on her to have this personality that she's kind of, her alternate self has gathered as Captain Killy. So we get to see her take that role and run with it quite well. But yeah, like, as we see with kind of you see kind of a preview into what this season's going to be like, the rest of the season. And I guess this is the new arc, so this is going to take quite some time, probably the rest of the season to manifest. So I mean, like I said, who knows what's going to happen to Michael, like in her personality, to Lorca with all the torture and electrocution, to Tilly, like what is she going to be like after going through this, and once they do get back to their true universe, like what are they going to become? Like, this is going to change all of them, because like they're probably going to have to kill people to survive. Like, this is a whole new realm of being. So I mean, it's going to get crazy, and I'm sure, like, I can foresee Tyler twitching and turning that switch and turning into Klingon a very bad and opportune time, and it's going to happen probably with Michael in attendance, or to Michael, even though he says no matter what happens he's sworn to protect her. So I don't know if that like kind of back thought or instinct to protect her is going to overcome all of his other Klingon instincts. I don't know, but this is about to get crazy. And so yeah, this episode is called Despite Yourself. So it's almost like, despite what you normally are, and despite everything that is, it's all going to change. And you see, like, in the glimpse of the future episodes, we see Stannis, like, kind of with that kind of glazed over look, like he came out of it to say that the enemy is here to the Doctor before he was killed. So you see him with that glazed over look, like holding his partner, the Doctor, in his arms, and it's crazy. Who knows what's going to happen? I can only imagine. So, anyways, that was this episode, episode 10, called Despite Yourself, of Star Trek Discovery. Again, if you've given this up, check it back out. Like, this is going nuts. But yeah, so quick things. We're going to be doing some giveaways. The one going on right now is the NES Classic. So if you want to win it, check out the video on the giveaway and how you can win it. Really excited to be able to give this away to one of you guys out there. And good luck to all of you. I hope one of you win that are watching this video. And we're going to be doing unboxings of some awesome stuff, of a SNES fandom box and a Zelda box. We're going to be doing Scotch box unboxing, which is going to be epic, tomorrow. And yeah, there's going to be so much cool stuff coming up. So check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. And like us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Nerdettes. And we hope to see you guys back. Bye, guys.